Hello and welcome to Super Chats. I'm Nick.
I'm Cameron.
I'm Carlos.
And this week we're going to talk about Fourth Fest. We're going to talk about, Miko doing WWE stuff, and we're going to talk about a bunch of other stuff.
Pew, pew, pew.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Today's sponsor is not LaCroix. Tastes like flowers sometimes.
It tastes mildly almost like regular water.
Yeah, it's peach pear flavor. That's this week's LaCroix update. Thank you for everyone for joining.
LaCroix. It's IPA for poetry.
It's not diabetes enough for me.
Fair. Fauna did a birthday.
Fauna did a birthday. By the way, happy birthday, Fauna!
Happy birthday, Fauna.
Happy birthday.
We literally just watched it.
Yeah, so
It's actually still happening.
we watched the Fauna 3D stream roughly an hour and a half ago, right?
We did.
Yeah. Carlos wasn't here yet. We were waiting on Carlos to show up, so we decided, hey, let's throw some Fauna on and catch up with what's going on.
It's okay. I caught the unarchived karaoke last night. That was a real gem of an experience.
Fauna's good at singing.
It's one way to put
She's
it.
good at singing, not good at pitch.
I'm glad that Fauna enjoys singing.
It's weird because, okay, we're starting off by like a little bit of critique. Fauna enjoys singing. Some of her karaoke isn't super great, but I fucking love her Stay Here song. It's so good.
Her original's really good. Yeah.
I really love your song, Fauna, because I know you're watching.
Someday she might be.
She might be.
And again, like, it's one of those things where everybody brings their own talents to HoloLive and Vtubing in general, right? I'd say that her strength when it comes to her voice is definitely in the ASMR realm.
She is. We rewatched some of those clips where she does some of the ASMR stuff. You know, she said those lines that made Callie scream.
Hey, sexy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's genuinely really good at it.
I have seen every single one of her ASMR streams, all of them, more than once.
I don't blame you.
I love that little smile he had.
I'd say I've watched probably, well over a half dozen. I've probably watched 7 or 8 at least.
Every one I start of hers, I get further in than I think I'm gonna.
Yeah, it's fair. Well, normally it's because I'm like laying in bed and I'm like staring at the ceiling and I'm like, I don't want something that's going to be active and like, like action oriented or anything right now. And I don't want to read. I just want something to shut my brain off to so I can get to sleep. And then I'm just like, oh, Fauna. And so I look up I go to the YouTube and I search up Fauna ASMR and just plug in some ear pods or whatever and just zone out. And it's like really good. It like at some point I wake up and I'm like, I was awake. Oh no. And then I pop out my earbuds, go back to sleep. It's like the perfect straight to sleep out. So that's what I like it for. But
Makes me wish I had a computer or some sort of good device in my bedroom so that I could actually fall asleep to it instead of passing out in my living room.
I'll tell you what.
yeah, that's why I have my laptop.
Come over to my place. I'll get you set up.
I don't like the way you said that.
I'll get you set up.
You can stay on that side of the table.
Yeah. It's actually a little-known trivia fact about our podcast. Nick is here like the dividing wall between two beta fish. Me and Carlos will kill each other. We're friendly now because the wall is here.
I'm the wall.
He's the wall. That's what they called him in middle school.
I dated the wall in middle school.
I am so curious. How am I not muted?
Because you were watching Fauna. Anyways.
I'm very sorry. I'm leaving the podcast. That was a blunder.
Shame. All right. Back to it, though. So she did a karaoke stream. It was enjoyable. That's the one thing. Like, if Fauna's going to do karaoke, it's worth watching because she's going to be weirdo about it because she's Fauna. And she's going to have fun with it.
She has great taste.
It's just so weird. She's, I think, the only one that I'm aware of, anyway, that has a softer voice than her is maybe Ina.
Maybe.
And yet she listens to, like, 2000s punk and sometimes quite a bit harder than that during her karaoke streams.
Well, you should never judge a book by its cover.
I knew a couple girls that were like just like her. It's strangely enough kind of a trope. There's like girls that are like very soft and then they listen to like the most dramatic and hardcore stuff. She's just a part of that scene.
Yeah, dude, she just enjoys what she enjoys.
Yeah.
So either way, her karaoke, I take it, was very entertaining as always.
Very entertaining. there were a lot of songs because it's not a hidden fact. She makes people very well aware of it. She does not like to swear, which makes it really hard for her to do karaoke of the types of songs that she likes to do.
Yeah.
I can believe that. I do remember the one time she swore was whenever someone was just like, what did they? It was like be a mom or whatever. She was like, clean your freaking room. It was very funny. There's a clip of it out there that's really good. You should look it up, internet. But yeah, we also watched her 3D birthday stream.
She had a 3D birthday, and it was really fun. Now, we're not typically known for speedy coverage. We have done this as fast as we can. The merch is already sold out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you cannot get a Crumples paper, fauna-themed bento box,
But I want it.
fauna-themed chopsticks.
I want those.
I'm sorry.
They're sold out?
They're sold out.
What about the sapling plush?
Sold out.
That's sad.
I actually wanted the sapling plush. That's the one thing I would, like, punch a bus driver for.
Yeah, honestly, like, plushes are, like, especially that one. Very cute. Very cute plush.
I already have too many plushes for, like, a full-grown man.
Same.
I can't help it. They're cute. They keep being purchased.
I have a sushi. It's a tuna roll. It's a big plush tuna roll. I love it.
I should really add to my, 15-year-old Miko plush at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I still have one. Still from the old days of when I cared about Vocaloid.
Back in the day. I mean, there's reason to enjoy Vocaloid again now, thanks to Vtubers, though.
Nah.
Because they continue to cover Hatsune Miku songs.
I'm over virtual idols. I only watch VTubers now.
Exactly.
Isn't that kind of the vibe? It kind of feels like VTubers picked up some of the Vocaloid culture.
They picked up a lot of it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably a lot of people out there like me that went from Vocaloid into VTubers, which is just Vocaloid but with live people.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that Venn diagram is a circle.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that Venn diagram is a very small circle of just like the tiniest extruding place, which is like people who like video games or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Your cat, just so you know, he's beneath the table and he clawed my sock for like 3 seconds, then ran.
He's a good boy.
That's a great podcast. I love it so much.
All right. Nope, I'm taking control. It's me. I'm the king.
I didn't
I'm
have
the man.
anything ready. I was just saying, all right.
Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? Let's talk about Weiss Schwarz.
I've never heard that said right before. If only they had someone who said that right, who was helping to advertise it, the card game.
Yeah, it means white-black, by the way.
Wow, those are colors I know.
Yeah. If you watched Ruby, you'd understand that.
That's a different podcast that I host. Let's talk about Ruby.
Okay, so Weiss Schwarz is a card game. It's popular in Japan. I don't think it's very popular here. I know that it's popular at weeb conventions.
Yeah, that's the only place it's popular.
I mean,
Yeah.
considering like 99% of all of the cards are exclusively in Japanese.
Yeah.
It makes it quite difficult.
And I'm
to play.
pretty sure most of the cards that you can find are the exact same boosters that they've been selling in America for the last 10 years.
Very fair. I know that actually there is a local card shop just down the road from here, and they do sell Weiss Schwarz cards, which I saw and then laughed because I was like, those will be there forever. There's 4 people on the planet that like this game. It's an interesting game. We tried to play it once. I don't think we got very far.
We spent like 2 hours at an anime convention learning it, and I think we got it by the end.
It took a long time, yeah.
Just this segment, just Weiss Schwarz and flames as we announce what's going on with it.
Yeah, I know, right? I bought a starter pack and a couple boosters at one point, and I've got like a Hatsune Miku pack actually of Weiss Schwarz cards. But there's new Myth, Iris, and Council cards.
Oh wow, all 4 of you, get ready.
Exactly.
But I mean,
Break out those wallets.
I mean, this isn't exactly like new all because they're releasing new cards all the time.
Yeah.
It was a few weeks ago they released like I think it was a Marine one and a couple of other ones, and people were
Horny card.
Yeah, the cards were a little spicy,
Oh,
I can believe that.
Oh.
especially considering it was Marine.
I know
So
what
there's
I'm
also
Googling.
just like HoloLive trading cards, right?
I saw some of the HoloLive White Schwartz cards when I was in Toronto.
Really?
I did not purchase them.
I might have bought a booster just for the lols, personally.
They're only starter decks, so it's like cards you already knew they were going to have.
Okay.
At that point, it's like I'm not going to play this game, so I'd rather just Google the images of it, no matter how funny it'd be to bring it on the podcast.
Fair.
I would literally buy them just to have the cards to like stick them to things in my house. I would not actually play the game.
I have way too many cards in my house already.
Fair. Mr. Magic the Gathering over here.
Yep. New JP cards are also available. And didn't a certain Kiara also get announced as an ambassador for the brand?
Oh, did she?
Yeah, I could have sworn I saw that.
That
Yeah.
doesn't surprise me even a little
part
bit, I
of it.
guess.
It was her and a couple of other people.
Yeah. I don't need to fact check it because Carlos is...
He's backing you up.
He
You got the
is
backup here.
stone. If you disagree with this fact that Carlos just said, here's where he lives.
Go and fight him. I would say that Vice Schwartz, whenever we got it down eventually after a couple hours and we played like one match and we're like, this is pretty good. And then, it didn't really stick with us. Again, it's a tabletop card game. I'm only so interested anyways. I'd rather play War with a regular deck of cards.
It's a really weird card game.
Mhm.
Like I've never played any other card game even close to it. It's really hard to grasp it because it's just so unusual.
Yeah. Cameron just looked up a how to play Vice Schwartz video. It is 36 minutes long.
It shows a polka in the cover.
It does have polka.
Polka.
Which is a great thing. Again, like it's kind of one of those things where if I saw the HoloLive booster packs, I'd probably pick a couple up just for the lulz and see who I pulled, because I'm not. So my question is, are these the ones I see where like every once in a while somebody gets like a rare signed card, or is that like a HoloLive trading card thing? Is that like a different thing? I'm not sure if that's what the Vice Schwartz cards are.
Genuinely don't know. This is the
But
first I've heard of that.
I've seen some random cards pulled on the subreddit.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if they're Vice Schwartz or not.
I think it might be, but I'm not sure that this is something that happens like regularly. I think it's just a promo that they do sometimes, but I genuinely don't know for sure. It's something that would definitely be worth looking up just out of curiosity.
Let us know in the comments down below. Leave us a comment if you know anything about this, because this one's one of those things where we're like scraping by a little bit, but we don't have the full base knowledge of it, I don't think.
It's been several years since I heard that was a thing, but I don't remember for sure what card game it was anymore.
Yeah, that's one. Like I said, it's one of those things I see the pictures on the subreddit every once in a while, and I'm just not sure about it. So let's move on. Let's talk about Ozki and Aki. Two fantastic streamers that go great together. I'm going to have a tangent off of this about Aki anyways, but Ozki and Aki did a GeoGuessr stream, which is fantastic. That's Ozki's wheelhouse, and Aki joined in. I believe they did it competitively at one point.
At least it started off that way for a little while.
Yeah, which somebody was posting about how Aki actually won it, and I was like,
Oh,
did
really?
she? Because apparently, like, Ozki gave her a bunch of like handicaps against her, and then Aki ended up like pulling out.
That's great.
Which is hysterical because Ozki, as we all know, is the GeoGuessr champ. But yeah, she gave pointers to Aki during the beginning, I heard. So, did you watch a whole lot of it at all? Or
Not too much of it, no.
okay, it's hard to keep up with everything,
Yeah.
obviously. So,
There are hundreds of these streams.
60 something talents, 70 something talents, whatever times, however many times they stream in a week, it's a lot. So, but yeah, Aki. So we're gonna dip into a little bit of Fourth Fest and then come right back out, so we can continue on with other things. But there's a guy named Jimmy that was at Fourth Fest, and he was cosplaying Muki Rose, which is Aki Rose's Stando.
Oh, I know the guy. I know him. Thank you.
Yeah, so he was cosplaying Aki's stand, and he basically like thanked Aki very sincerely and just talked about how much he loved her and thanked her a whole bunch and talked about how like whenever he was in a really dark place, like he found HoloLive and it really helped him through it, and it was really important for him. And like Aki just like watched the clip on stream and then cried for like 5 minutes straight.
Aw.
And she was just like expressing how grateful she is as well for everybody. And that's one of those things where like we're going to talk about Aki, we're going to focus on her at some point before too long because she's very she's first generation, I believe. And but she had a rough start and a rough little while there. And it's actually broadly speaking, she was lagging in subscribers for a very long time compared to all of her contemporaries.
I know what that's like.
Yeah, and it sucks. But she eventually, there was an overseas viewer push to get more viewers for her, and it bumped her up from like she literally went to bed with like 180 something thousand subscribers, woke up the next day with like over 200,000 and she was like, what happened?
I did nothing.
Yeah. And there was just this enormous push at one point because everybody looked at her and they were just like, well, let's get you caught up. Like, and there was just like a big push from the overseas fans, and she actually like put out a statement in English and stuff, which she does not speak. And so again, like having Jimmy, the Kai Guy Nikki, come in and speak to the camera at one point and thank her very sincerely. It's kind of like a coming around full circle.
Yeah.
And also whenever she watched the clip, he was in the comments and he was like super chatting and like being a cool guy. So Jimmy, you're great. Aki, you're great. I just wanted to bring that up because it was look up that clip. There's a few different clippers that have clipped it already, but definitely look up one of them because it's well worth a watch. It's very emotional.
Yeah,
you know?
and even more to bring more into that, it's just hilarious that there is absolutely zero language crossover between them because she doesn't speak English, or I think he was Thai, maybe?
I believe so. Southeast Asian. One
And-
way or another.
Anyway, so she didn't speak his languages. He didn't speak Japanese. So he did his interview in full English, too.
Yeah. It's just, again, it's one of those things where like the fun thing about HoloLive is that it brings people together from different countries that don't speak the same language, and then they play Minecraft together, and then people ship them. Sorry, I got distracted by Pekora.
That's fine. I know what it's like as a Beerus fan.
There you go.
Imagine what that'd be like, though. You're a big famous person, and you have a mascot. You go to a thing, and you meet someone dressed as your mascot. You go, hi, and they reply, what? But in their language, it's like, oh no. Well, I know what you're about. I don't think you dislike me.
I also like there were a couple clips of people that were dressed as mascot characters that like had giant impacts and were hilarious because there was a guy dressed as like Neo's stand. She canonically had her guardian, whatever. It's a stand.
It's a stand. Stando.
And like they're like, I don't even. They were, you know, they did an interview with him, and at the end, he's just like, yeah, my favorite's actually Suise. I'm a Hoshi.
Yeah. I saw that guy. I'm like, wow, how'd Nick get there so quick?
I know, right? Was it me?
Mm.
You'll never know.
Unless you subscribe to our Patreon at the top tier, $100 a month, you can learn Nick's dirty secrets.
All of them. The ones you don't want. We don't have a Patreon yet.
Yet.
We don't even have a Twitter yet.
Yet. We don't even have a TikTok.
Okay. So we brushed against Pekora there. Let's talk about her a little more.
Oh my God. Pekora?
And she was on the Twitter.
No way.
It was pretty crazy.
Who let her on there?
Her butt was hot.
You're going to have to clarify, mister.
I don't want to. So she got in a conversation with Muna. Again, I love Peko Muna's relationship. It is one of my favorite things about HoloLive is like one day Pekora was playing Minecraft and she ran into Muna and was like, Muna, give me free stuff. And Muna was like, hell yeah, not only that, you're my boss now. And they just became friends. They don't speak the same language. Like,
Lost in translation.
but they make it work because Muna knows enough that she can be like, okay, you want diamonds, you know, like, and like, I don't know, they just had this like weird immediate friendship that I just love to see. And then eventually they like to the point where they did a collab in Minecraft and they built like a Peko Muna house. It was very cute. I just love those two. I think their friendship is amazing. And it continues to this day. on Twitter
with hot butts.
with hot butts, bringing it all back around. So, Pekora done made food. I believe that is the crux of the situation. She made some sort of a spicy ramen or something, and it had 2 pieces of plastic cheese on top.
As per the usual HoloLive member cooking, slices of square plastic cheese on top of everything.
That's how you have to do it, right?
The Hachima special.
So Muna said, wait, it looks delicious? I want to taste it. Would you like to be Pekora in this situation?
Sure. Where's my line?
It's right there.
I'm so tempted to shoot for her voice, but I should probably just speak in my
Let's
own.
not do that.
Damn. That'll be on the Patreon.
There you go.
Muna, my butt is hot.
Okay. You want me to increase the hotness or decrease it? Ha 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 ha.
You know what I want you to do.
Took it a strange direction there, Cameron, but I'm okay with it. Yeah, that was like their interaction on Twitter. The subreddit loved it. Twitter loved it. Everybody was confused and like laughing really hard. Pekora obviously used some DeepL or some Google Translate or something to translate what she was actually trying to say. There's a clip of her restating how she actually intended to say that in Japanese, which explains things a little better. Basically, you eat spicy food, you get spicy results. And she was talking about that. So, yeah.
My butt is hot.
Yeah. I also had wings for dinner.
I also had wings for dinner.
So it comes down to, wow, what a great series of tweets. Do you have anything to say about it, Carlos?
Nope, it was just pure gold entertainment.
An internet woman from Japan said her butt is hot. This is news worthy of 3 men's time.
Exactly. I wouldn't have it any other way. I mean, again, I touched on it a little while ago, but the bringing people together that don't speak the same language.
We are the world.
Yeah.
My butt is hot.
You get some interesting results.
Every culture has had spicy food, and every culture has had the results.
That's true. The results. Fear the results.
That's the name of our new podcast, The Results.
Coming soon. God, I hope not. All right. Bringing people together is what this is all about, though, right?
But sometimes we also have to bring those people down.
And that's
smack down.
And that's where Sakura Miko comes in, baby.
Hey, that's a good transition.
That's a good transition. I transitioned the shit out of that. Sakura Miko has been challenged by WWE superstar Asuka.
Even I have heard of Asuka.
Mm-hmm,
That's a star.
I heard about it because I watched the Royal Rumble a few weeks ago for the first time in my life, and she was there.
I guess you're going to have to maintain that in order to be on the podcast.
I've never heard of this woman in my life. I think I did. I heard her mentioned, but again, it was like in some sort of nerd-related context. But I don't really know wrestling very well.
I have a YouTuber who will sometimes cover wrestling, and Asuka's like big star, deserves her fame. Very fiery, very powerful.
She's a little odd, which, considering
we just talked about an internet bunny woman who said her butt was hot, and the other girl offered to help. Yeah, we're in for a little odd.
Yeah, well, considering like her Asian heritage in the American WWE, that is very much not Asian focused. Mm-hmm. She's purposely a little bit odd.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
It brings in a different audience.
Yeah,
well, that's cool though. And so she's apparently into VTubers in some context, or she just saw somebody with a shitload of Twitter followers and was like, I'll fight you. I respect either way, frankly. So she challenged Miko to a fight. Is that what happened?
It was something like that. Because, the language barrier it's a little bit difficult to get around.
Yeah, I can believe that. It might have been a fight in WWE.
Miko received a letter of challenge.
Oh, it's serious.
Oh, it's serious.
It is time for their fight to commence. The Royal Rumble. The anime SmackDown. Okay, so
quoted from Reddit. Quoted from the Reddit. Thank you, Rover16. Oh, it looks like this was 11 months ago. They already had a correspondence. Ooh. Okay, so that's forever ago.
Was that perhaps from the previous time? Is this happening
It's
again?
happening again.
Again?
So, like,
Again.
they're continuing to exist with each other. There's a great displayment of my knowledge. That's weird because I thought that post
All
was
right.
very
Well,
recent.
if anybody knows about what's going on, let us know down below.
If you have a podcast we can listen to.
Yeah.
I think that's a little more recent.
It
Looks
mu-
like
it must.
WWE wrestler Asuka has thrown down the gaming gauntlet to Sakura Miko.
Yeah, 5
There's a
days
post
ago.
by user Aka Babaka. Oh god, she posted a video on Twitter.com.
She looks like a juggalo.
She puts on some makeup.
She do.
She put her thing is she puts on makeup and she smiles really, really broadly and creepily with her teeth showing. And she keeps that up as hard as possible through the entire match.
I like it. That's a good shtick.
Okay. Yep, just confirm. So last year they began a correspondence and they Twitter followed each other. Now that she started doing her WWE streams again, Asuka has replied by challenging her to the game. So-
We have clarity.
It's it's a quick way to like maybe drum up some attention to the game. Latch on to one of the more popular streamers who's playing it, but also it's cute.
It is.
Also, it's funny.
Yeah, it's a good tie-in either way, frankly. It
Welcome
gets
to the Clarity Podcast.
attention both ways, you know? What else we got? Fubuki tested out live translated subtitles. I watched some of this. They were pretty decent. I mean, they're not
Yeah.
100%, but they're pretty good, honestly. I'm not sure if it was computer generated. Maybe it was this fancy new artificial intelligence I done heard about. But either way, it's, you know, one of those situations where I know there's other VTubers. Nazuna has done live translations, though she has translators on working for her.
That's gonna be really interesting if we do eventually get to that point where like it's hard to say like real time the language barrier is deconstructed. I mean, there's always going to be that artifice of there's no such thing as an AI quick enough to guess context.
Context is always the key, especially with Japanese, as I understand it.
Yeah, there's a lot of languages that like depending on how you phrase things, the translator just does not have enough time until it has not just this sense, but maybe the next. Like, you know, go back to the Drake and Josh bit. And the loser will dye their hair.
Yeah.
The translator would not do a good job translating that to Japanese, where die and die would be different verbs with different things that go before them. So basically, Drake and Josh, not going to be really good live in Japan for a bit.
You tell that to Nene. Oh, no, it was iCarly she's into. That's right.
Is she? That's great news.
Yeah, at one point she was like, I love American dramas like iCarly.
Prestige dramas.
I fucking love Nene. Nene is the dopey little... I don't mean this in a meaner way. Because dopey just means pawn, you know. But she's the dopey little sister of Hololive. And I love it. Because she's just always just like, I'm here to have fun, goddammit. And like... She doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know why she's there. She's there to have fun, goddammit. And like and marry everyone. Everyone is husband.
Speaking of romance, I heard some talents recently had their White Day streams.
Are you looking for love in all the wrong places? Well, looking somewhere even worse. Hololive.
What are you
That's
talking
right.
about?
You
I
mean-
met my love through Hololive.
Jesus.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
You mean Hololive, where you're absolutely guaranteed to always be rejected no matter what you do?
Unless you're talking to Nene, yes.
I don't understand. I gave the woman $15.
She said my name, goddammit.
What did that mean?
It's okay. I dropped the $50 or whatever it was on 2 of the Valentine's things.
Oh, yeah?
I'm gonna get my response in about 4 months whenever it ships from Japan.
There you go.
If only there was a way, like, just now, I complained about how my $15 didn't help me get it closer at all to these VTubers. If only one of these girls had a stream where I could tell her pickup lines and try to reach out to her and get to know her. Well, my friends, Bae has you covered.
She does indeed.
A new yearly tradition.
Yeah. Submit your bad pickup lines. Bae will read them. She will pretend she doesn't understand them, and then that'll be the end.
She is literally 12. So yeah, Bae had a really good, very good White Day stream. Very funny. Lots of double entendre with the paper thin premise. Like, I have never seen the word mate be abused so heavily.
Understandable.
They really just had to go there, didn't they?
Oh, I
How
get
could
it.
you not?
Aussie humor.
You're right, mate.
Yeah.
Except for that, it was more British, I guess. What I said. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So the Bay pickup line stream, of course, there's tons of highlights out there. There's tons of great content that came out of it. Mel did an ASMR.
Mm-hmm.
Mel does great ASMR. This isn't a I don't understand what she's saying, but it's cute, so it's okay situation. This is a I don't understand what she's saying, and I couldn't give a shit less. Like, I feel the good tingles. It's like I'm living in LaCroix. Buy today. Buy today. Anyway.
LaCroix. It's spicy water, but not that spicy.
It's true. So Mel did an ASMR. Mel does great ASMR. We know this. It's established. What did Ollie do?
Ollie, according to the timeline, she did a date stream.
She did.
Carlos, tell us more.
Genuinely ashamed I missed this. Ollie's so fucking good.
Ollie's great.
I didn't watch a whole lot of it. I mostly saw bits and pieces of it, but she tried her best to be like an in-character date for it.
Zombie.
Because I also remember she did a reaction stream to her own White Day stream after that, and was just like, guys, how did you watch this? I'm cringing so hard.
So she's like Bay on fucking Valentine's Day where they go hard.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that was her reaction, honestly, because if there's one thing we know about Ollie, it's that she is the biggest VTuber simp on the planet.
Oh my god.
So
yeah.
it would be somewhat confusing to me if she's like
Cringy.
invulnerable to her own charms. You know what I mean? Like she's also a VTuber. How is she not throwing money at herself?
She's not crony.
Oh, that's fair.
Speedy recovery.
Yeah, speedy
Oh
recovery.
my god, we skipped over it. But back on the birthday stream, when the people came in, all this, everyone guest starred. They sung the worst happy birthday on purpose possible. But Crony's there, just like, happy birthday. Oh, she is drugged out. She's not good.
That woman needs rest.
Please rest. She has no idea what's happening.
It's like, no, you need rest. Okay, I'm going to Japan in 2 weeks.
No.
Again, I have a tendency to be like, go back to bed until you're better, but I gotta respect the hustle at the same time. Can't fight it, man.
Though, for what it's worth, we do have a couple of talents who are heeding our advice and they are taking a break.
Yeah, we do, and that's good for them. Heal.
We'll go over these real quick. Mume is taking a 2-week break, it says here. She's taking a break for health reasons. I forget.
She's had a cough for a while
Yeah,
that she
it
wants
was
to deal
phrased
with.
weird because they said she is taking a break due to health travel. This either means she's traveling to get health or she got sick while traveling. It was just phrased weird. Either way, Moomers is taking a break.
Yeah.
She was there for the birthday stream, so she's okay.
Yeah.
Not dead.
Which is
No.
good. Yeah, no, she's just got a bit of a cough and she wants to take her
Wouldn't that
time and
be-
get over it.
Wouldn't that be messed up? A total tangent. If like one of the talents died and Hall Life just kept going, she's still sick.
I don't know what to do.
You could really weaken a Bernie that really easily, like a soundboard.
You could. That's
so
where
morbid.
AI comes in. Again, this is a very morbid conversation.
It is.
I don't think HoloLive would do this. I'm pretty sure they would immediately be like, unfortunate
no
news
AI
to
would.
release today. Well, I mean, that's not HoloLive.
Yeah, no, that ain't no Hololive.
That's not the industry.
Put that on a sticker. That ain't no Hololive, son.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
That ain't it.
I know Hololive. My buddies know Hololive. All at the bar, we go Hololive. Hey.
Hey, I'd say that I don't think that is the tact they would take. I'd hope it isn't the tact they
No,
take.
I don't think that's
No.
what's happening. It's also not what's happening for Hachima, who is also taking a break.
Yeah, and again, Hachima took a break for a long time, came back, sang her new song, and then was just like, I'm gone again. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Hachima needs her rest. I know that she was doing university for a long time. She managed to graduate that. Graduated
She's-
university, not from Hololive.
She's had a really rough streaming career.
She has in general.
Just
yeah.
between having to going through college while doing this, and then she had COVID really bad. She had like a really bad fever or flu of some sort just this year already,
Yeah.
and now she's sick again. And I do know that the whole Coco situation,
She was tied in with that.
she had a real hard time with that too.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where when she's streaming, she's incredibly popular because she just is zany and strange and off the wall. She was one of the first Hololive talents I really watched because she made a video called "Bitch Made Pasta," and I like died laughing while watching it. By the way, look up "Bitch Made Pasta." It's so good.
I don't know how were your first exposure, but please look up Bitch Made Pasta.
Yeah, exactly. And look up the clip of her eating a tarantula.
Please, I beg of you.
If you don't know who Hachima is, does what she does and everything. But yeah, it sucks that she's
She
on
eats
break.
spiders.
She does eat spiders. It sucks that she's on break.
I don't understand how her health could possibly be damaged.
I don't either. It's a mystery to all.
If only there was a way to know.
But yeah, I mean, she missed out on, I believe, her live performance at Fourth Fest.
No, she was on stage first day.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
so
thought
she was there.
I thought they had announced that she wasn't, but maybe she was feeling up to it by the time it came around.
Yeah, she debuted a new song there actually. Too,
Oh, okay.
which was really good. So the first half hour of the Bright Parade concert for day 1 and day 2 is available for free to watch on YouTube. I advise you do it. I've watched day 1 so far. I haven't gotten to day 2 yet, but worth the watch. We're gonna come to Fourth Fest in a little bit.
I don't know if
really
you've noticed. It's a big event.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
We're getting there.
I will say Hachima was there. She did a really good performance, and I just wish her again a speedy recovery. So
Indeed.
that's along with Mume as well. So, but take all the time you need. Your audience is gonna be there when you come back.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of your audience being there, Kaela has a very loyal audience who has to keep up very hard with her various streams. She is like a reverse Santa Claus.
That girl don't stop.
When Santa does not work, she is at work. So basically 24 hours. But it appears as though she was playing Diablo 4 for quite a while.
I've heard that.
She got the early access for it, waited however many hours in queue to get in.
Yeah.
And literally the middle of the night for where she lives.
Let's just get this out of the way. Go to live. See if it's there. She might have to have unlisted it. Oh, she plans all her... She played Stacklands for seven and a half hours last night. I don't... Oh, there's Diablo 4. God damn you. 8 hours, 30 minutes. Second stream the next day. 7 hours, 31 minutes.
I think she likes Diablo.
Because you know exactly what happened that day. She got online, got in queue as soon as she could, had to wait a while. She played right up until the last minute before she's like, okay, I have to go eat breakfast now because Fourth Fest is starting. It's like, don't worry, after Fourth Fest, I'll be back later.
Now, was she... I know Hollow ID first and second gens were like on stage during Fourth Fest. Was third gen on stage? I don't know. Because it's Kaela, Kobo, and I'm blanking right now. But
I don't think so because
It would be Zeta or whatever.
Zeta, yeah.
I know they did live reactions like together of it.
But they don't have 3D models yet.
No.
In fact, this was the debut, as far as I know, of Ollie, Anya, and Rene.
Get this on you, the front page.
Yeah, get this on the front page. And that Anya deserved to be on the front page.
I'm double checking. I actually had the schedule on my phone.
Oh, nice. So yeah, I don't think that third gen got their debuts yet. Hollow EN 1 and Hollow EN 2 were both there.
Yeah, I don't see them, so we'll assume not.
So that would have been the debut of the 3D models for Council. Yeah.
Yeah.
The first time we saw them.
I was very, 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 very pleased.
Yeah, I liked watching Kiara.
I like watching a rat, but we're gonna get to that.
I've heard words about the rats.
I've heard words about Kiara. I heard about you, Carlos. You were great on stage.
Why, thank you.
Congratulations. No one will ever find out your mume.
Again, friendly. The wall gone, me and Carlos, bloodshed.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
I'm all that stands between this podcast and destruction.
It's a metaphor for war.
It's true. I'm the Maginot Line, or whatever. Gura. Let's hit on Gura real quick. Let's rephrase that. Let's talk about Gura real quick.
It is wet day.
Hey, gabagool. He can do that. He's part Italian or whatever.
It's true.
So Gura, she done her 3D hologra debut.
She did done do her.
She done do her.
Way to go.
She got poop on her stick.
What a fool.
Not just regular though. It had to be like radioactive purple.
Yep. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't allow her to put actual like brown poop into her video, and so she was like, "What if it's purple?" And they were like, "Fine."
Also, somebody has to eat it at some point.
Very
Of
vital,
course.
very vital, very
That is
vital,
how
very
it
vital.
goes.
We're down to fanboy chum chum levels, fellas.
Chumbies.
Fuck. Okay. I'm good.
It's a very strange hologra, as they all are. She got poop on her trident. She washed it off because somebody told her that was gross and she should be an idol about it. Mel was there. Okayu was there. There were others there.
Fellas, is it say so to get your doo-doo feces on several surfaces that you own?
She washed it off in the mop bucket, and then her jar of teeth fell into it.
If doo-doo feces make it to the mop bucket, something has failed.
It's true. And then there was a line of characters chewing on each other's tails, and Guro was just like, "We're a hololive centipede."
God.
You haven't seen this, have you?
I haven't seen it.
How have you not remarked on the centipedes? You love centipedes.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I've been told to keep the centipedes inside.
Uncomfortable discussion we're having right now.
I knew no one wanted to discuss it. No one understands me. It is the world that is wrong.
Centipedes are beautiful.
Centipedes are beautiful.
Every
and graceful.
centipede is beautiful. If you're a centipede, please write us a letter.
Waiting for
It won't
the.
take you very long. You lay on the page and just.
we're waiting for the Centipede Vtuber debut.
I will watch the Centipede Vtuber. Centipede Vtuber right in on your
I
guy.
just imagine like a centipede like covering its legs in ink and then just like slapping a page a whole bunch of times and it's covered
That's
in
how they
kanji.
write. They're good at it.
Oh yeah, but it'd be like they just slap it a bunch of times and suddenly it's like hiragana and kanji. I'm just like, impressive centipede.
Way to go, Centipede.
I believe we've gone on a tangent, but the centipede VTuber, we're waiting on you.
Please.
Subscriber number 1 right
You're
here.
my Oshi.
Biggest super chatter every week, Cameron.
I'll send you $3.
Probably the biggest super chatter for a centipede VTuber. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't continue. I'm sorry.
Hey, what if I told you that there's a concert that's gonna happen in Los Angeles, in California, in the United States of America, and it's gonna feature HoloLive talent from HoloLive English Myth and HoloLive English Council,
How did you know I like
and
that?
also Iris.
How did you know I like Iris?
Iris is great. That's why everyone likes Iris.
Including Iris.
Yes.
Tell me more about this event that's happening in the United
It's
States
called
of America.
Connect the World.
Iris named it.
Indeed. I liked the one post on the subreddit that made me go aw, which was there's a differently colored star at the top. There's 10 of them, each representing all of the active members of Myth, Council, and Hope. And then it's all hovering above a big planet.
Aw.
And someone was just like, I don't know if it's a subtle reference, but I'm going to say it is. And I was like, I completely understand. It's a really cute reference if it is one, frankly.
Yeah.
Because we all miss the big planet.
Is it a dirty word? Are we not allowed to discuss
No, we
it?
can talk about Sana. Sana's great. I miss Sana. Sana was fantastic. I loved Sana a lot. It was very sad to me whenever she did graduate.
Sana, if you'd like to come on the podcast.
Somebody with a similar voice to Sana, if you'd like to come on the podcast.
Someone who will pretend to be Sana for less than $500 if you'd like to come on the podcast.
So what's the thing where we drop the mask? What's the term in wrestling that they use?
Okay, Fob.
K-fob, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing. We don't K-fob on this podcast.
Yeah, like the way I see it is like gently it's on because
Yeah.
there's an amount of K-fob that is rude.
There is. There's a point where like we're discussing things. We try to keep the mask up. You know, we don't K-fob.
Like we've already tickled the K-fob.
We have, but there's a certain, like you said, there's a tasteful level where you can discuss things, where you can discuss reincarnation as a topic and things like this. And
I'm personally just a very like forward-thinking person on this, and I don't like the idea of they've moved on to HoloLive, and that's what they're doing right now. If there's things that they're no longer doing, that's in the past. Like
Yeah, like 100%.
if they probably don't want that around anymore because unless they're still actively doing it,
Yeah.
like some of them
Yeah,
do.
like mask off. Oh my god. When you join HoloLive, there's a contract and an understanding that as a Hololive member, you can keep everything you had before, a previous career, but you just can't let the two touch. You can do whatever. Therefore, when they join, they understand they're going to have that separation. I think it's healthy to maintain that separation, even for the people where it's become very obvious and the fandom has accepted it as obvious. No.
Oh my God, there's some people that it's hard not to, especially
Yeah.
with the YouTube algorithm being what it is. You're going to get, at some point, if you were a fan of VTubers, you're going to get a video suggested to you on YouTube. It's going to be a picture of a lovely, often Japanese woman, and you're going to go, what is this? Because the title is in Japanese.
Yeah.
And you'll click on it,
Look.
and then the name will come up, and you'll be like, ah!
Look, if it's not YouTube recommended, it gives it away. It's Apple or Spotify Music recommended. And if it's not that, it's Iron Mouse.
Yeah. Iron Mouse sometimes just says people's names.
Yeah. So, you know,
Iron Mouse. Steel Rat.
get called out, you award winner.
We
All
love
that's
you,
to
Iron
say is
Mouse.
I
You're
think
great.
there's fun in the K-fob, and I think there's safety in it.
Yeah.
I like the idea of that if whenever shit gets too tough and it's like, I just don't want to be in Hololive anymore, they can just go back to being a normal person and relax the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because idol culture is so fucking scary, dude.
Spend your HoloLive millions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, it's part of the game.
Mhm.
You know, it's the fun of it. It's part of the whole atmosphere. It's what makes VTubers. You know, it's not that you're interacting with the person. You're interacting with the way they're displaying themselves. And at a certain point, it's like you can go into the theory of persona and all that stuff and how it's an extrapolation of that and a spin on it. But
It's a pretense of the play, and it's also a blanket for the safety of forming a parasocial relationship.
yeah,
The fact that we know these are, you know, performers to some degree, putting on persona, and they're aware of it, and we're both aware of it, and there's that blanket of, you know, sometimes the meta will come out full out. It's not the persona at all. Sometimes it is the persona. It makes us feel okay when the Kieran whispers, "How you doing, brother?" It's like,
yeah.
it's okay. She's in on it.
It's
So I think it's
again,
important.
it's part of the game.
Yeah, it's important to respect it. It's a part of the game. Everyone who is watching it is aware of what's going on, except for some people. I don't know what's going on with them, but they must be enjoying the shit out of Hololive.
Everyone's going to interpret these things in their own way, and they're going to have their own understandings of how these relationships work, and like
Yeah.
try and be healthy about it is the best we can say, and definitely be respectful about it. Behind every anime girl is a human person that you should respect their humanity and be kind to them.
Mm-hmm.
That's of critical importance. That's about as far as K-fob can, you know.
And I think all of this was to say that we were wishing Sana nothing but the best.
Exactly. No matter what you're doing now, we love the work you did. We hope all the best for you in the
Yeah,
future.
like,
But also, I would at some point love to go full K-fob and just do like a side project or like I've always called it Super Chats After Dark, where we just sit down and do a podcast, but we just go full mask off. I think it'd be really funny to do it one time. I don't think we could do it very often.
No.
And frankly, I don't even know if we could put it out. But
I don't even know how much I'd have to talk about it because, like, I find a lot of parallels and stuff that's happened for some of them interesting, but others just like they were a person who did a thing. Now there's that person who does a thing, but for Hololive.
yeah, there's I maybe I just have too much forbidden knowledge, and I think some of it's really interesting. I think there's meat on them bones to talk about, but it's also like you have to come in with a full understanding that it doesn't change it doesn't change the way you enjoy the VTubers, you know, in the daylight.
Mm-hmm.
It can't, you know, or at least it shouldn't. In which case you shouldn't, you know, take in that content that we would put out. But again, we haven't even done that. So it's something that, like, I don't know, let us know. Is that a good idea? Is that a really bad idea?
Leave a comment down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Follow us on Fiverr.
I'm serious, though. I want to know, like, if that is a cool idea to other people or if they'd rather not, like, have that out in the universe.
At some point, we do have to stop pretending someone is watching this.
Yeah. We had, like, 7 downloads last week.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Hi, all 5 of you?
Yeah, I'm one of the downloads.
Yeah. I think I downloaded it as well, but I don't listen to it.
We're going to start advertising this week.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got really off topic, but Connect the World is a Holo EN all together concert they're putting on in LA. It has a 6,000 seat capacity venue in Los Angeles. Tickets are first come, first serve.
At the YouTube Stadium.
YouTube Stadium. It's the same weekend as Anime Expo, so if you're going to Anime Expo, There you go.
Dead
You're
shit.
already in town. It's gonna be like a 4-hour concert at most. Like,
Yeah, dead shit.
sure.
Live in the stadium when it's empty. Become ungovernable.
There you go. Take it over. Claim it as yours.
Piss in the rafters.
High five, Iris.
She too will be there.
So yeah, I'm not going to Anime Expo.
I'm not going to California.
I'm not going to California for this.
Well, Carlos, you drew the short stick.
All right, I'll be right on that. I'll be buying those $7,000 scalped tickets
There you
right
go.
just as soon as I can.
Yep, you will be. Good.
Carlos will be our man on the scene.
Yep. We cut now to you. Carlos, how's it going down there?
Nothing?
Nope, I'll be dead on the ground somewhere.
He will be shanked.
Well, it was Los Angeles. He knew the risks going in, everyone.
Carlos's body on the floor. In the background, you hear "I'm your treasure box" in the distance.
What a terrible situation. Can we pan left so we can get the better audio for the... All right. We've tickled the topic a few times. Let's just jump into it. Let's talk about Fourth Fest.
Yay.
Yay. All right. Let's start with messages from the participating members. Everybody got to write basically a little card that they got to put on the website. Gura's was insane. I know that.
It was something like, I've been spinning in like a human something preparing
ahead.
for this.
I'll start by reading Soros. Fess.
Cameron does not Japanese.
That's okay. That's okay. I got the next one. This is from Roboco.
Roboco-san.
Pawn.
So if you go to the website, you can look at all these cards. The ones from Holo ID, excluding Anya, are translatable into English or Indonesian. And the ones from Holo EN, excluding Kiara, are translatable into English. And that's because, I found this out later while watching Kiara's stream, that Kiara and Anya wrote theirs originally in Japanese. So they didn't bother translating them then to English. Because Kiara was under the impression that they would translate it to English for her, and they didn't. That's why she doesn't have an English translation. You can look up what it actually says, of course. There's a lot of different things online that'll tell you what each of the cards says. But Gura, I know, said, been spinning in a human centrifuge in preparation for the big stage. Good job, Gura.
Congratulations, Kara.
Sarah Fauna said, ooh, I'll do my best performing for you for the first time. Which I thought was pretty great. Crony said, Kronichiwa. It feels surreal to be on a stage. Let's make this year's HoloFes memorable too. There's just a bunch of cute little things that are just like, I hope you're gonna have a great time. Would you like to read the rat? You want to read the rat.
The day has finally come. Rad Idol will finally stand on stage. I hope I make you guys proud. It's time to have some fun!
That's what she do.
That's what she sounds like.
It was like several days before this even happening. Bae was literally having a countdown.
Yeah, she was losing
for
her
herself.
lid.
Yeah.
I mean,
She
I
was
think a
so
lot of the
excited.
talents were over the moon about Fourth Fest, which is understandable. It's if you don't know, Fourth Fest is a giant 2-day, 3-day celebration. They do a big concert involving all of the HoloLive talent for 2 days straight. They have a ton of exhibits that they show. They let people come in to a big stadium over there. Not stadium, like convention hall. There's events. There's food. You could have actually, if you went, you got to eat KFP if you so desired. So yeah, there's a ton of different things. It is a huge event for HoloLive. It's basically HoloCon 2023.
Pretty much.
Is what it was. So again, everybody put up their messages on the website, showing off how excited they were and wishing themselves and everyone else luck. Getting to HoloFest, on the other hand, I know there were some Kaigai Niki there. There were some overseas folks in Japan for this event, which is awesome to see. The camera focused on one at one point, and the dude lost it. It was great. There's clips all over where a couple of the girls were on stage, and they're like, is there anybody here from the Kanto region? A bunch of people cheered. And then, how about from outside of the Kanto region? And less people cheered, and then they're just like, how about from overseas? And like one guy cheers.
Yeah.
But like, there's like probably, I think I've seen evidence of 5 different people from overseas being there.
There was definitely a bunch of them there, which, considering the nature of pretty much all Japanese events and their complete obsession of making everything a lottery,
Yeah.
was surprising that anybody overseas managed to get in the first place.
Welcome to Japan. It's real life, the gotcha. So yeah, getting tickets, very difficult. There was a lottery system in place. There were a lot of questions from people about even being able to buy the tickets if you're overseas. There's a lot of questions about it. Hopefully next year things are a little more clear, because I'd like to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
What else did we have?
I mean, at the very least, it was somewhat easier to get tickets as long as you were okay with streaming it. As long as you didn't try buying tickets within 2 days or during the event.
Yeah.
So I was speaking about physically attending and getting tickets to
Digital
physically
part, too.
attend. But yes, digitally attending it was also difficult. It was expensive. I believe a full pass to watch all of the concerts and everything was like $270 or something.
It was about 200, maybe a little bit less.
So it was around $200. It was $70 for each day, and then $200 got you a pack of both days, and then a bunch of other stuff.
It was
as well.
$70 per concert, and there were 3 concerts, and that didn't include all of the extra events that happened before the concert.
So they also did show the first 30 minutes of each daily the Bright Parade concert, day 1 and day 2. They showed the first 30 minutes of those for free on YouTube. You can watch them now. They're archived. You can go enjoy them. You can still buy the tickets, I believe, until sometime in April, and then you can still watch the recordings of what they showed.
August.
I'm waiting on a Blu-ray. That's my plan, but that's my personal choice, you know.
They do release Blu-rays. I mean, as far as I'm aware, last time I checked, which was a few days ago, you could even still buy Third Fest's Blu-rays.
Which might be something I need to do now.
Yes.
You know, knowing that it exists. Again, even the Blu-rays are very expensive, but as idle companies swing.
I mean, it's Japan. If a concert occurs, there's going to be a Blu-ray of it.
That's exactly correct.
I mean, it was still cheaper than buying an all-access pass,
Yeah.
as far as I'm aware, for a Blu-ray.
True. At the end of the day. I know that there were some particularly fun things that happened. There's a group of 5 HoloLive members that make up Shiraken. And so 4 of them were performing together, and Suisei wasn't going to be part of it, which is sad. So then Suisei just showed up anyway. Like they were about to do the song, and then Suisei pops up in the middle. Like, and everyone lost their goddamn minds, as they should, because Suisei is fantastic. And that was like a highlight for a lot of people. Again, I haven't seen it. I don't know. But I'm getting secondhand information, and I'm like, I should have spent the $200. But what other highlights we got? Carlos, name a highlight. What was your favorite part?
Man, there were so many good parts, though. Like, I've read what people have described as their quote best part of the concert, and nobody can really agree because there were so many good parts.
I completely understand that. Like I said, obviously my favorite part would probably be the Suisei moment. I haven't gotten to see it. I know that Kiara talked in a stream about how she was somewhat disappointed with her song selection and the way that it was presented. It was her song, which is an EDM song, Do You, and it was like a kind of a strange version because they play the songs live. They have
live band.
Yeah, it's a live instrumentation. So it wasn't really what she was hoping for or expecting, I guess, and so she was a little disappointed with that. But the only thing at that point is like, well, next year we'll have to do something different, you know, and hopefully, yeah, she gets what she's looking for next year, I guess, because
I do remember listening to her talk about that, and I mean, she did even admit though that last year's it went really well. So it's even kind of unfair because last year's went really well. Well, it's not going to be the same as last year's. And
Exactly.
it just happened to be that she didn't feel it was as good this year as she wanted it. But I mean, there will be next year.
Exactly. You can always try again.
Yeah, there's always next year.
And we'll be there, live on the scene.
Yeah, Carlos
Hopefully.
too.
So other highlights include the Great Okan, a Japanese wrestler, was there. He took some pictures. He was with pictures with Subaru, I believe. He went directly from there to a wrestling match later on.
It was hilarious where he just kind of showed up and everyone, he's popular. People knew who he was. And they're like, wait, what are you doing here? Like, you're literally wrestling in like a few hours, right? It's like, I'm here.
A fan's going to be a fan. I mean, like,
stuff to do. This is important.
there's a WWE wrestler that is like super into video games. Like, he's a game collector as well. And like, he just shows up in random video game stuff on YouTube because he does YouTube videos and stuff too. I can't remember what his name is, but if I do, I'm gonna talk about him. But it's the same thing. Like, he just shows up in like random gaming videos and stuff. Like, he showed up in the Completionist's last video.
Gerard?
Yeah, Gerard the Completionist Khalil.
You think he wants to come on the podcast?
No, I really don't. I don't know that he cares about VTubers. I'm sorry, Cameron. I don't know how to tell you this, except I just did.
You want to talk about Octopath 2, Gerard?
No.
Don't talk for him.
Gerard, you don't have to answer him.
Gerard, you have to answer this.
You don't have to answer. Anyway, there were some really great cosplays out there too. Not only that, they had people walking around with cameras and microphones interviewing cosplayers and being like, "What's the charm point of your cosplay? What are you super proud of?" And
that was actually one of the few things that was available in the live stream for the the peasants like us that didn't drop the money.
Free bros.
Bottom of the rung.
You got to see like 2 hours, like an hour or two straight of just them teasing us, showing the convention hall, and then they'd occasionally pop in with some other clips of things. And
yep, they played some games on stream. They did like what's the word I'm looking for? Like game shows and things like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, they tried to make it interesting for the people who couldn't really be there or pay the money, I guess. You got to have the free tier,
But the cosplays was one of the things they did show. And it was really interesting because there were a lot of amazing cosplays there.
Yeah, there were some really fantastic ones. We talked about Jimmy already.
Yeah.
Jimmy is a bro. Good on you, Jimmy. Keep on rocking. There was a child Gura, a life-size Gura that was like 7 years old. She was adorable, frankly. It was very, very cute. And they were just like, say something to the camera. And she was obviously like, I'm 7. I don't know what to say to a camera. Yeah. And then eventually she was like, gow, it was very cute. It was a very, very cute interview. What else happened? The talents mentioned some of the cosplays when they were on stage.
I know. I think, I forget who. One of them came up on stage and was like, Lami, what are you doing out there in the audience?
Yeah.
And then Lami came up on stage and was like, just kind of pointed out and started making note of it too.
I did love whenever they had, I don't know exactly her name, Saya, I believe. She's a weather newscaster in Japan. They had her come on to do the emceeing, and she walked across stage. It was just like, "Oh, Kayori, how have you been?" And Kayori was just like, "Ah," because they had done something together like 8 months ago on some like random TV show or something. And that was really cute. That was really fun to see.
God, this is such a weird hobby.
I know, right? What do? We talk about the
what
things.
What are we talking about?
We talk about people talking to each other, except for their anime.
Oh, weather
girls.
reporter show up to the concert. It was great.
Yeah, listen. You don't understand how popular this girl
No,
is.
I know. I saw some of the posts about it.
Oh
I
my
get what's
God.
going on with her, but it's like, wow.
She's very.
Imagine
popular.
you're at like fucking Avenged Sevenfold and Al Roker shows. It's like, oh shit!
I know that guy. He told me it was gonna snow today. I'm gonna kick his ass.
Al Roker cups the mic. Now back to the weather. I don't think Avenged Sevenfold.
I have no idea. I've never seen A7X. Karoni did a backflip though.
Oh my god!
It was really good. Her entire performance apparently was amazing. I've seen lots of pictures. Lots of screeno shotos.
Apparently, that's not her first time doing that either.
She's very athletic. She does kickboxing in her free time.
Yeah, the cute doggo that sits there and does 20-hour endurance streams of 2004 Game Boy Advance games also happens to be athletic.
She is. It's shocking, really. She does kickboxing. She does backflips. She hurt her wrist at one point and had to wear a sling because she hurt herself during kickboxing, apparently. So, like, I appreciate the doggo. The doggo's great. What else we got? They all had, well, not all of them, but some of them submitted art projects, basically.
Oh, I saw a lot of those, yeah.
So Kiara put in her sock puppets and had a
Yeah.
little note about them. They're
They
horrifying.
are on display.
Yep.
People were very upset that Ina's neck was broken on the sock puppet.
It's just off to the side. Everybody else is standing upright. And then at one point, like, someone posted about it, and Kiara was like, they're going to fix the neck. Like, they're going to fix Ina.
Ina, who also submitted an art piece to it.
A beautiful art piece that she made because she, again, is a fantastic artist, as we all know, as we all should know.
Artist.
So Ina's art was on display, of course. Hachama made a chair.
It was so haunted. That chair has a dead general inside of it.
Yeah, like, at the very least.
Yeah.
I've seen one or two of her DIY streams before. It's something.
What is she?
She's an enigma, is what she is. Ame had some secret reports, I see.
I did read these. These
They
were
were
very funny.
They were very funny. They're very cute. I'm not going to go over all of them, but suffice it to say, you should look them up. They're very cute.
Please, read the HoloLab lore.
I think my favorite one that I remember I was reading was I mean, they weren't things that actually happened. They were like reports that she had made up.
Yeah.
And I think the favorite one was the one where she was like, I was disguised and I walked up. I was, checking out Ina, and Ina recognized me.
And gave me a cookie.
It gave me a cookie and smiled.
Can I trust it? Subject ate one cookie, then left. Wished me luck in my investigation.
I liked Mume's. Mume's made me smile real hard. Because hers was like, subject approached wearing a trench coat and a mustache.
I appreciate that Kiara threatened employees.
Don't be a little shit. Do your work, Jimmy. Or Timmy, or whoever the chimkin is today. So yeah, they were very cute. I thought they were great. Also, there's a bunch of merch that's coming out. There's a Suisei figure. And I need it.
Oh, yeah, I believe the one company, I forget the name of it, the company that makes most of the toys for anime. They make the figures. What's it called? Carlos.
I put this link in specifically for you because I knew you would.
It's her relax
you
time
would
figure.
adore.
Yeah, she talked about it on she talked about it on a stream. Good smile. Yeah. She talked about it on a stream recently too, because when they first showed it off, she was like, "That's too lewd and my boobs are too big." And then she's like, "Take it back and do it again." And they did, and they fixed it.
Yeah. Yeah, Good Smile's pretty much just doing a figure for everyone.
Yeah.
Like every single talent.
Also, Kiara's getting like 3 figures, and I'm just like, "Oh God, my cup runneth over." Very excited about that.
My name is Nick. I eat good.
I do eat good right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot going well for me right now. There's a lot that isn't too, but none of that involves HoloLive.
And by the way, I know I sent you a link that literally does not have a preview picture for some reason, and that's because the other link I found was shipping to Europe. So I figured that was maybe not a good idea to send that to you, considering we are not in Europe.
Yeah, that would not go well for me, I guess. But yeah, I've seen the figure anyway because of her live stream that she did, and where she talked about it. I'm excited because it's not a super expensive figure, it doesn't seem like, and I'd love to get one. It'd be very cool to have. Again, same with Kiara's figures do look expensive because they be detailed AF. Very excited for those though, and I'm going to have to see if I can potentially take a second mortgage if need be.
We can film this outside.
That's fine. Yeah, there's plenty of woods out there. Other cool things that happened. Hachama and Ollie did a duet. Roboko, Ozki, and Mel did a trio. We had Mume doing a solo. And we do need to see this.
We do need to see this.
Apparently,
because her voice is amazing.
Moomers can sing.
Yeah, she's great, and she sung. I don't remember. I don't think I heard what song it was, but it was Egoist, and I love their music. Gotcha. So I would love to hear her sing their music.
Again, she's one of those ones that's unexpected how good her voice is for singing, like because she sings in like a completely different voice than she talks with.
Yeah.
And so it's just amazing every time she karaoke's.
Genuinely very good.
Yeah. And then Sora and Watame did a duet. Lovely, lovely. And that's all the highlights we have. You have a favorite highlight? Let us know.
I liked Bae.
Bae's hips.
Bae was very good. She did all her own choreography. Kiara said she's the best dancer in EN. And also I watched some of her stream after it, you know, her cooldown stream, where she talked about why she didn't do play dice. She said it's not the right environment yet. She wants more control when she does it. She wants more backup dancers for it. It's her baby. But she did do they performed some of their deco songs. She did the Appetite song with Gura. I actually did get to see most of that.
That's good.
Very fun to see those two like go live, especially because they're both baller singers and great at dancing.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, I know that there was a lot of focus on Twitter again about Bae's hips and the way she moved. And there was a clip of her reacting to that and being like, oh no. So
People are very basic. They're driven by their hunger.
I
the
know.
rat.
Considering that all of Council showed off their 3D models, there was a lot of discussion. Of course, a lot of it was definitely focused on Bae. But yeah, a lot of the screenshots were, of course, of from behind them.
Yeah, it was the face. They had a lot of those angles of the behind the talent facing the audience, so you got the audience in the background, which was a really neat shot to get, honestly.
Yeah, very artful.
Very good. All right, so Fourth Fest. Do we think it was successful?
No, it bombed. HoloLive lost subscriber.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was great. Again, none of us shelled out for the big tickets. We are all living life as best we can, but sometimes you can't just shell out $200 to watch what you want on the internet.
I also couldn't just take off like 12 hours off of my insane work life, whatever I'm doing every day schedule to watch this. So Blu-ray it is.
We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let's switch gears real quick. Let's talk about Matsuri, because she's our industry focus of the week.
She sure is.
We don't have a ton of information brought up about her right this second, so let's get started.
Well, while you're bringing that up, I will go back to Fourth Fest real quick.
Okay.
Because
sorry, I cut us off too.
because we had started bringing it up earlier with the Jesse and with that whole situation, and there were quite a few of the talents after that were they were having like retrospective or just looking back on their performances and everything, and a lot of them just outright said it's like this was like a dream for them. And it wasn't just like a concert. It was a lot of the fans got to go and see their favorites, to see, you know, such a great performance. But the talents also got to see their fans directly far more than they normally do.
Which is great because, again, like, especially with like Aki and stuff, like, Aki still has one of the lower subscriber counts, but it's still in the hundreds of thousands at the very least. You know, like, and hundreds of thousands of people is a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's so many people. We don't, in this world that we live in now, where if you don't have 1 million subs on YouTube, who fucking cares? For a lot of people, like, 10 people taking time out of the day to watch or listen to you is a huge thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, like 5 people would change my life.
Yeah. And so it's one of those things where when you look at the millions and millions of views that a lot of these girls have, it's deeply impressive.
And
It
to
really
quote
is.
Aki directly, she even said when she was doing that reaction of everything, it's like, and she was in the middle of half crying when she was saying this too, and she's like, if even one of you are out there watching me, I'm going to keep doing this.
There you go. And that encapsulates it perfectly.
Yeah.
And
Your idol. Go subscribe to Aki right now.
And Mume was talking about it after too, and she was saying, you know, I watched this 2 years ago. I wasn't in HoloLive 2 years ago. And now I performed myself. It's just she's just saying, I couldn't imagine this ever happening.
It is insane. It's mind blowing, frankly. At the end of the day, how big of a change you can make in your life in 2 years.
It could happen to us.
It could. I'll be on that stage.
I'll be on that stage.
Yeah, and
First, I have to become a girl.
I'll be a centipede boy. As previously discussed.
You know what? You can try that.
Son, you're lucky the wall's here.
These two people sitting to my right and left
Just talk about the girl.
are fantastic. All right, let's talk about Matsuri. Matsuri is a Gen 1 HoloLiver.
We've begun the first generation.
Moved on from 0th gen, and we've gone to 1st gen.
Mm-hmm. Fun trivia. 1 comes after 0.
Oh my god, that's amazing. If you ever watched Matsuri, or if you've never watched Matsuri, she's a very energetic girl. She is over the top. She is very funny. She is extremely say-so. She has never done anything wrong ever. She is God. There's a very famous clip of her where she says, "I'm God, okay?" And she became God of HoloLive that moment.
Understood, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
She has been around for a pretty good amount of time at this point. Obviously, being that she's in first generation. Her debut was in 2018, June 1st. She currently has 1.34 million subscribers on YouTube. She, again, is a very popular streamer. And she has this thing where sometimes she's just a pervert. And she does pervert things.
Sometimes.
What does she do, Nick?
She, one point, had a gif of beer pouring into a mug. And she positioned her model on stream in a very particular way so that it appeared that she was filling the beer mug.
As it was being drunk?
Yep.
As though it were piss?
I didn't say that, but yes. It's
And also something that you may be interested to know, in that exact same clip, she was also wearing like as short shorts as you can possibly get without being banned from YouTube.
She has some fairly lewd outfits that are canonical. She also, my favorite thing was that one of my favorite things she did was she was on a stream with one of the Holo stars, and she started basically taking her clothes off of her character like on stream.
What? Okay.
Because she has like, again, incredibly short shorts and like a very small top that she has that are like sleeping clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And so she like was switching over to that, and the guy was just like, stop, we can't even get girls on here normally, please don't do this." And the entire time she's just like cracking up. So yeah, she made it look like she peed in a cup on stream. She started stripping on a co-stream with a Holo Stars guy. She is the most say-so. Stop that. Don't even joke.
It's empty. Nary a piss.
Yeah, Matsuri is a little bit of a perv, a little bit of a weirdo. I think that's why she's charming and funny. If somebody in her chat is just like, "Hey, talk to us in your real voice," she'll change her voice to a significantly lower pitch and speak like a person instead of a.
She'll break kayfabe.
So yeah, she's super entertaining. She claims to be say-so. She claims to be the say-so representative of HoloLive, and then like does super pervy stuff every time. There's some things I won't talk about. I'll talk about them later.
Once all the kids have gone to bed.
Yeah, at one point she was freaking out because I think she was in Minecraft, and she was co-streaming with another VTuber, and she was just like, "Oh my god, there's a loli in my bed."
What?
And then proceeded to freak out about it and make really gross noises. Matsuri is over the top sometimes.
Oh, so she has that flair sense of humor.
Anyway, you should check out Matsuri if you haven't. I believe she's done a HoloTalk. I'm almost positive. Yeah, she's done a HoloTalk episode. It's a great way to get introduced to her. Check her out. She's a really cool VTuber.
She only has 1 million subscribers, so we're doing her a favor by shouting her out.
You might not have heard of her.
Yeah. And you've heard of us.
Exactly, which means you've got your priorities way fucked, bud.
Yeah.
All right, we don't have an indie focus this week because we're shit heels and I couldn't find one. And by that I mean I didn't look because I was lazy this week.
We'll probably have one next week, fellas.
Yeah,
this is important. This is worth it. Okay? This is worth it.
I mean, there's a few that I can mention, but I am not.
I want to make sure I have stuff ready.
I am not actively prepared to talk about any at the moment.
Because I was like, oh shit, I have watched a few indie. Oh, I want to do them justice because I'm.
Yeah, we want to be able to actually talk about them and what makes them cool.
I'd love to at least shout out Ebby at some point.
Like just now.
Gura's parody. Just an actual shrimp.
I like that. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She is a good one.
Actually, you know what? We do have an indie focus. Okay. This week's indie focus is Nick.
You didn't realize this whole time I was digital, did you?
Oh, he's a hologram. Wow.
I'm a clever 3D model. All right, let's talk about the birthdays real quick. Let's talk about Sarah's Fauna. It is her birthday today. Okay, that was a thing. So, happy birthday, Sarah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Fauna.
Sarah's. Fauna is a gem. We all love her.
Sarah's.
Here. And you should check her out if you haven't already. Also, happy birthday tomorrow to Hoshimachi Suisei.
Yeah.
I love
I hope it gets sadder every time you do it.
No, it won't.
Like episode 1's just composer, and episode 4 is like, I heard the sussy.
Suisei's fantastic. She has the best singing voice I've ever heard. Go look her up and listen to her. If you haven't already, what's the matter with you? Do it now.
She is a genuine siren of angels. She holds the Command and Conquer speed run #1 position.
Also listen to Risu. She has an amazing voice.
Oh, that's it. Yeah, Risu's great.
Fubuki put Risu at #2 as voices go in HoloLive behind Suisei.
Wow, I guess she did it for them.
Yeah, it's very amazing. Anyway, that's it for us this week. If you enjoyed your time here, go ahead, drop a comment, let us know. Leave us a review. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts goes a long way to help us in our constant search for growth. If you're listening to us on Google, let us know, because I don't even check that. And then if you're listening to us on Spotify, that's pretty wicked. We're happy to be able to service you on Spotify.
Leave us a review. 5 stars or higher may earn you a chance to be read aloud in the podcast.
We'll mention your name.
Well, if it's funny.
We are corporate whores.
Yeah. I will suck your drink if you serve me one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. We super appreciate it. We hope you have a great week ahead. We'll see you next time.
See ya.
Bye.